Good day everyone. Our topic is all about standard of exemplars. So as we start, let us put our holy presence to God. Let us pray. Our Father. So we start. So first is the objectives. Objective is analyze and interpret various graphological features accurately, including letter formation, spacing, size, slant, and pressure. Next is develop proficiency in handwriting analysis techniques through regular practice, including the ability to recognize and differentiate between different styles of handwriting. Demonstrate awareness of the potential impact of handwriting analysis on individuals' privacy, self-esteem, and interpersonal relationship. So a brief history about standard of exemplars. Before 1880, exemplar writing was not admitted in United States courts. Experts simply stated their opinion as to whether a document was genuine or forged. Expert testimony as to who wrote a document was not allowed. If the expert disagreed, all expert testimony was disturbed. This was disregarded. At about the turn of the century, standards for handwriting comparison began being permitted into evidence. These standards, however, were only allowed if they were already part of the case for some other purposes. Standards specifically produced for comparison were not allowed. Finally, the question of admissibility of handwriting standards was addressed by federal statute. This states that admitted or proved handwriting of any person shall be admissible for the purpose of comparison to determine the genuineness of another handwriting attributed to such person. The next challenge to the admissibility of exemplars came by way of 5th and 6th Amendment arguments to having the subject provide standard as opposed to those standards already in existence. Gilbert versus California in 1967 settled one argument by ruling that a handwriting exemplar is an identifying physical characteristic outside 5th Amendment provision against self-incrimination. This is US versus US. Answer the 6th Amendment challenge that of right to counsel during the taking of exemplar. The next is the definition of terms. Standard. They are known writing which indicate how a person writes. A writer manifests fixed habits in his writing that identify him. This fact provides the basis for an option of conclusion regarding any writing. B. Exemplars. Specimens of the writing of suspect are commonly known as exemplars. The term standard is a general term referring to all authenticated writings of the suspect, while exemplars refers more specifically to specimen of standard writing offered in evidence or obtained or request for comparison. Sample. A selected representative portion of the whole is known as a sample. The next, the second reader about the types of handwriting standards.
Lesson 4.1 Types of handwriting standards. First is collective standards. Are noun or genuine handwriting of an individual signature and endorsements on consult checks, legal papers, letters, commercial, official, public, and private document, and other handwriting such as letters, memoranda, and etc. Written in the course of daily life, both business and social. Second, request standards. Our signature or other handwritings or handwriting printings written by an individual upon request for the purpose of comparison with other handwriting or specimen purpose. Next, post-legitimum exemplar. Writing produced by the subject after evidential writings have come into dispute and solely for the purpose of establishing his contentions. Types of standards circle for comparison using the two most common types of question documents problems. So first, submit collected and request standard feature from both individuals' case. Second, when an anonymous letter writings other than signature are and questions. A. Submit request standards writing of general nature from both victim and suspect, as much standards writing as possible to obtain within reason. Letter B. Submit request standards of the question text written or printed. At least 3 writings by the suspects or and in some instance by the victim. Lesson 4.2 Procedure for taking requested and writing standards. First, have subject seated in a natural position at table or desk having smooth writing surface. Second, furnish subject with paper and writing instruments similar to those used in question writings like paper should be same size, unrolled or unrolled as question document. If question document is in written furnish, subject with pen and ink, and etc. Third, never permit the subject to see any writing on the question document. Fourth, dictate material to be written are printed. If question material is handwritten, give no assistance in spelling or arrangement on speech. Dictate at a rate of speed which will produce the subject natural writing habit. 5. Remove each specimen upon completions by subject number and consequences. Date, time, and identify by initiating each and request subject to sign each specimen. And the last, observe all writing done by the subject and indicate any attempt of this work. And whether subject appears to be normally right or left-handed, etc.
And for the third reader, Mr. Erickson Igoy.
Special procedure for taking requests. Handwriting standard where check for forgery is changed or suspected. 1. Furnished subject will check blank similar to the question checks. 2. Dictate the interest to be made on specimen check as follows. A. Date, same as shown on question check. B. Pay. C. Amount. D. Signature. A. Any other handwriting shown on question check. 3. Give subject to help or suggestion in completing specimen check. Miscellaneous. The laboratory should be informed that age of the apparent health and physical condition of the some standard are written. 2. Do not fold, staple, or pen document. Handle question documents with care. 3. Indicate in the sample handwriting the time, place, date, and signature of writer as well as witness of the handwriting. Some sources of signature written in the course of daily affairs. 1. Cancelled checks. 2. Signature card for saving, checking, and change account and safe deposit boxes. 3. Credit application and card. 4. Signature on sales slip, on job order slip, requisition slip, and purchase slip. 5. Court record and affidavits such as naturalization papers, bankruptcy proceeding, divorces paper, prohibited wills and estate files, power of attorney, etc. 6. Passport, marriage application, license and affidavit. 7. Driver, mobile, secure, and other types of license application. 8. Application for gas, electricity, water, and telephone services. 9. application and receipt. 10. Records from currency, exchange, check, cashing, and agencies and pawn shop. 11. Timesheet, payroll, pay receipt, and personal forms. 12. Barangay registration petitions. 13. Signature for certain drug purchase, hotel registration. 14. Church, club, and professional society record. 15. Veterans record. 16. Fingerprint records. 17. School or university class record and cards. 18. Application for firearms and license. 19. Application for export and import and dollar allocation. 20. ID cards. How to prepare and collect handwriting standard. Factors to consider standard. A. The amount of standard written. B. Similarity of subject matter. If the question and the standard writing are hand-printed, then get the hand-printed standard of exemplars. C. Relative dates of the question and the standard rating as standards, signature or rating must be those written 5 years before or 5 after the date of the question, signature or rating.
For the fourth reader, Miss Michelle Bahonsua.
The importance of contemporaneous standards are first, helps to determine or trace gradual nuance, handwriting, or signature. Second is aids in tracing the development of any writing variation. Condition under which both the question and the standards are prepared. Look for standards prepared under comparable circumstances such as paper rested on the knee, standing, lying down, and or while on moving vehicle. Writing instrument and paper. Same instrument used in the preparation of the question document must be obtained in the standards. Handwriting signatures that are difficult to solve. Some problems are complicated and harder to solve that includes types of signature. Signature of the careless or highly erratic writer, receipt signature, near illiterate writer, signatures of physical impaired writer. The intoxicated signature, old age deterioration, the sick bed signature, disguise signature or writing. Remedy required standards. Collected standards, other receipt signatures, requested standards if writer is still living, collect standards written in the same situation, collect 2 or 3. A. Collect standards written in the same situation. B. Collect 2 or 3 times more standards. C. Similar to old age deterioration specimen written in normal condition could not be used, therefore consider collected and requested standards. Lesson 4.3 Disguises in handwriting. A. Common disguises. 1. Abnormally large writing, abnormally small writing, and alteration in slant, usually backhand. Usually variation in slant within a single unit of writing with a single signature, printed forms instead of cursive forms.
So the next is the trivia. Question number 1. What do graphologists use as a standard of exemplars in their analysis? Question number 2. How do graphologists ensure the reliability and validity of standard of exemplars? So, what is the answer? Answer number 1 about what do graphologists use as standard of exemplars in their analysis? The answer is graphologists utilize samples of handwriting known as exemplars for comparison and analysis. These exemplars serve as benchmark against which other handwriting samples are evaluated for consistency, style, and individual characteristics. Answer number 2. How do graphologists ensure the reliability and validity of standard of exemplars? The answer is graphology carefully select exemplars that are representative of the population being studied and ensure consistency in the criteria used for analysis, and each undergo review and validation studies to assess the reliability and validity of standard or exemplars in graphology. So that's all. Thank you.